films here. I was thinking about what I'd say up here tonight, and over the years, my time spent here, I've just kind of keep a diary and write certain things down about what I think about New Orleans in particular. And sometimes those definitions and these definitions bleed over into Louisiana as a whole. You separate the difference as you wish as I tell you about them. But first of all, being in my position as a celebrity, I live in Austin, Texas. One of the great things I love about Austin, Texas is it has a real identity, all right? When I'm walking around Austin, Texas, people say like, "Cool to see you, McConaughey," or they'll say the first half of a Dazed and Confused line. They'll say something like, "That's what I love about those high school girls," and as I pass by, I'll go, "I get older and they say the same age," and then that's kind of it. But nobody needs proof. Nobody needs to stop and say, "I've got to get a picture." No one's ever going to believe me. And that's the same thing that happens here. We live, I'm not going to say the exact address, but where we live here is a very public place near Audubon Park, and hundreds of people come by our house daily. And they know it's us. Word has spread. But it is now and has been over the years when people see me here or see my wife here, you know what they always say? "Good to see you here in our beautiful Crescent City." They don't need proof. They don't need to come up and say, "I got to get a picture. My cousin wants to," it was not going to believe me. No, it's good to see you here in our beautiful city. So I'm going to read a few things about New Orleans and about Louisiana, and see what you think, 'cause this is what I think. First of all, what a big, beautiful mess. It is. Cheers to that. I said this a few years ago. I said, you know what? Someone said, "What's New Orleans like?" I said, "Man, New Orleans is like a giant flashing yellow light. Proceed with caution, but proceed." It is not an overly ambitious place. And this I mean complimentary. It has a great identity, and therefore it doesn't look outside itself for intrigue, evolution, or labels of progress. People here are proud of their home. You're proud of your Crescent City. You know your flavor. It is your very own. And if people want to come taste it with you, you welcome them with open arms, but you do not solicit. The hours trickle by here. Tuesday and Saturday are more similar here than any other place I've ever been. The seasons slide into one another without any status quo. Yes, it is the Big Easy, home of the shortest hangover on the planet, where a libation can greet you on Monday morning with the same smile as it did on Saturday night. Okay, home of the front porch. I don't know if y'all recognize this. Home of the front porch. All right, not the back porch. Everyone else has back porches, right? The back porch is something different. The front porch is an engineering feat that lends to so much sense of community around here and fellowship. Private property and lines of demarcation all lend across borders here. You relax facing the street. You face your neighbors. You do not retreat into the seclusion and privacy of your backyard. No, you engage with the goings-on of the world that is in front of you. It's a great engineering feat you pulled off here. It really is. What's my alarm here? My alarm here is church bells, sirens, and a slow-moving $8 an hour carpenter nailing window panes two doors down. That's a good alarm. Do not honk your horn in a traffic jam here. You do not sweat the misdemeanors. And since everybody's getting away with something anyway, the rest of us just want to be on the side of who's getting away with it. And if you can get away with it, good for you. You love to gamble. Rules are made to be broken, so do not preach about abiding. And hey, if you don't get away with it, you're probably going to let them slide anyway. Where else do the dead rest eye to eye with the living? New Orleans New Orleans is a right-brained city. Do not come to town wearing your morals on your sleeve unless you want to get your arm burned. Yes, it's oil and vinegar, but somehow they mix. The poverty, the humidity, they both gracefully suppress all the rationale. And if you're crossing a one-way street, it is best to look both ways. Mother Nature rules around here. Now, y'all know that. The natural law queen who reigns supreme. Now, she's a science to the animals, yet she's an overbearing and inconsiderate bitch to us bipedal humans. But here, you forgive her, and you forgive her quickly. You have to, because you know that any disdain for her wrath is going to reap more wrath, more bad luck, more voodoo, and more karma. So you roll with it, or actually you meander, rather. Slowly forward, taking it in stride, and never sweating the details. See, the art is in the overgrowth here. Mother Nature wears the crown around here. Her royalty rules, and unlike in England, she has both influence and power. And like the most authentic European cities, you guys don't use vacuum cleaners to give structure to anything. You use brooms, usually rakes, to manicure, because everything here lends. There's soft edges. Everything where it falls is often where it lays. The swerve around the pothole, the duck beneath the branch, the poverty, the murder rate, all of it just how it is and how it turned out to be. Just like a good gumbo, the medley is in the mix. Thank you, New Orleans. Thank you, Louisiana. Appreciate it.